Hello, and thank you for listening to this episode of the Morris October Rants. Today, I just wanted to make a rant, and I'm going to talk about something that a lot of people I talk to have seemed to suffer from in my past, and people I see, and talk to now. And that's, doing and living your life for other people. So many people will live their life and do things because they're trying to impress people, or they're trying to get the approval of someone, or they're afraid of what someone will think. People do this a lot with their parents. You'll see grown adults that are living a life that they don't want to live because it's what their parents want them to do. And I think that that's silly and it's foolish, because at the end of the day, you need to do what you need to do, and you should live your life according to how it makes sense for you. Because if you live a life according to other people, if you're living your life for other people, then eventually you're going to figure out that it's not the life that you want, and it's going to make you absolutely miserable. And, look at all these retail jobs that you see people working, and, a lot of these people, snap at customers, and they're very disrespectful to customers. And, these people exist, and I deal with them all the time. I go into retail stores all the time, and I see these employees that take out their anger on other people and other employees and customers. And these are the kind of people their parents probably wanted them to get a job. They wanted them to get a certain job that they didn't want. So they're working this retail job that they fucking hate and they don't like. And then they're taking out their anger and frustrations on other people, and doing and living a life that's not yours, that's not what you want. It literally just leads to misery, and it leads to not being happy, which in the end you're going to pay for. Because what are you going to do when you're in your 40s or 50s and you look back and you have nothing to show for it? You can't say that you lived your life on your own terms and did what you wanted to do. So it's just so important to do things that you want to do, and understand that you can't please everybody. If someone doesn't like what you're doing, hey, that's their problem, It says a lot more about them than it does about you. As long as you're not hurting anybody, and as long as you're living your life the way you want to live it, and you're not affecting anyone negatively. If you're an adult and, you pay your own bills and you carry your own way, you should be able to do whatever you want to do with your life. What the career path you want to take, whatever you want to do for a job. If your family doesn't accept you for it, again, that says a lot more about them than it does about you. So ultimately, do what makes you happy. Do what makes sense for you. Like I said, you're always going to disappoint someone. If it's family, if it's friends, if it's a spouse, your boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, fuck buddy. I don't know what it is, but you're always going to disappoint somebody in life, but you can't let that dictate you. You have to do what you're passionate about. Imagine if Elon Musk, one of the richest people in the world, as we know, imagine if he listened to people when they said, "Oh, you're crazy, you're stupid, you're trying to send shit to space, what's wrong with you?" Imagine if he listened to people. Imagine if he listened to their negativity and didn't do what he wanted to do with his life. Imagine if he listened to all that bullshit and never tried. SpaceX wouldn't even exist. Starlink wouldn't exist. The Tesla wouldn't exist. It's because he had a dream and he worked hard, and he made stuff come true. Same with all these billionaires. They had a dream and they made it come true. They definitely had detractors, but they didn't listen to them. So, don't live a life that someone else wants you to live, I understand sometimes you have to work jobs you don't want to work because you need to make ends meet and it puts money on the table. Because there's jobs that people are very good at and they are skilled at, but they do not like. So I understand you have to get by sometimes, but ultimately when you have more breathing room and you have a choice and you can actually choose more, don't live a life that you don't like, especially if you're living on your own and you pay your own bills. It's not even about a job. It's just about doing what you want to do in your life in general. Maybe you want to travel the world. Maybe you want to fucking play video games 8 hours a day until you die, Live your goddamn life. Do what you want to do. Don't worry about what anyone else to say. I'm telling you, man, because I was talking to my friend and she's from Indonesia, and in Asian culture, it's very common for parents to impose their will on their children and want them to do certain things and have certain aspects of their life be what their parents want them to be. Like they want them to work certain jobs or go into a certain career field. And a lot of them won't fund their college fund unless they listen to the parents. And I think that that's bullshit, you know? You should do what you want to do. And if your parent doesn't accept you for that, like I said, then that's on them. Them not accepting you for that silly stuff, again, that says a lot more about them than it does about you. So, you know, it's true. You're always going to disappoint somebody. So live your life. Enjoy yourself. Don't be a miserable piece of shit. You know, just live your life the way you want to fucking live it. You know, it's so important to make your own decisions and not let other people dictate how you should live your life. You know, it's so important. And a lot of people just forget that. I feel they're trying so hard to impress that supermodel that they're never going to date. They're trying so hard to impress somebody that they're never going to be able to be with, or a friend that doesn't even really give a shit about them. You know, you gotta live life for yourself. Anyways, this was a short rant, and this rant is over. I did stutter and did fuck up, you know, but it's raw audio. I don't edit it at all. So that's part of it, and that's part of my ranting. Like, you never know what's going to happen when I hit the record button and when I hit stop. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it, and I will make more soon. Thank you so much for listening. And, you know, this summer, I'm definitely going to make some more. I'll definitely have some more topics definitely lined up because, you know, there's always some stuff that I want to talk about. And I always have a topic lined up eventually, but it just gives me something to do, and I really enjoy making these. So thank you so much for listening, and have yourself a great rest of your evening or day or night or morning. Thank you.